Twin sisters switched places, but one refused to switch back. There were once twin sisters born in the village of Ndeme. Their names were Nia and Naima. From the very beginning, the two were as close as skin. They shared everything: beds, clothes, food, secrets, and even dreams. But there was one thing they never shared equally: their personalities. Nia, the older twin by just 7 minutes, was calm, quiet, and thoughtful. She liked to spend time in nature, learning from her grandmother how to weave, cook, and observe people. Naima, on the other hand, was loud, bold, and loved being the center of attention. If Nia was the steady river, Naima was the fire dancing beside it. Even though they looked exactly the same voice, same face, same walk, people who knew them well could tell them apart by how they carried themselves. Still, many in the village mixed them up, especially when they were younger. The sisters found it funny. Sometimes they even switched places for fun. They fooled teachers, their friends, and a few uncles. It was a harmless game they played until one day it stopped being a game. When the girls turned 19, life began to change. Their grandmother died, and with her went the last family member who truly understood them both. Their mother had passed away while giving birth. Their father was always in the city, working. After the funeral, Nia and Naima were left to run the house alone. With no parents around, they relied on each other more than ever. But things became tense. Naima began going out more. She started attending parties in nearby towns, sometimes coming home late, or not at all. Nia was worried. She stayed behind to clean, cook, and manage the small garden that fed them. They began arguing often about boys, about responsibility, about the future. One night, after a bad argument, Naima disappeared for 2 days. When she returned, she was different, quiet, thoughtful. She apologized for the fight. She helped Nia cook. She even stayed home for a week straight. But Nia knew something was wrong. Deep down, she felt it. Then came a man who changed everything. His name was Louis. He was the only son of the respected chief from a nearby village, and he came to Ndeme looking for a bride. His family believed in tradition. They wanted him to marry a woman who was respectful, wise, and humble. Someone who could be a strong first wife and a future mother of leaders. Louis visited the village for a ceremony, and when he saw Nia from afar sitting quietly near the well, he was drawn to her. He walked straight to her and introduced himself. Nia, shy as always, greeted him with a polite smile and spoke softly. Louis was charmed. He began visiting more often. But Nia didn't know this. The first time he saw her, she wasn't Nia. It was Naima, pretending to be Nia. Naima had returned from her 2-day disappearance with a plan. She had met Louis in a nearby town. He didn't know she was a twin. He thought she was just a modest, quiet girl fetching water. When Naima realized that Louis was rich, kind, and looking for a wife, she introduced herself as Nia, the quiet, obedient twin. She knew Louis wouldn't fall for her real personality. She was too bold, too flashy. But if she acted like Nia, soft-spoken and gentle, she would win his heart and his wealth. So she did. And when Louis came to Ndeme asking for Nia's hand, the real Nia had no idea what was going on. Louis approached the twins' home with his uncle and a few elders. He brought gifts, fabric, food, jewelry, and the bride price in full. Nia was shocked when she saw him at the gate. "Why is he here?" she whispered to Naima. Naima smiled. "He's here for you," she said. "He thinks you're the one he met at the well." Nia froze. "You used my name?" "I knew he wouldn't like me as myself," Naima said quickly. "But now, he wants you. And if you marry him, we will both benefit." "I can't lie like that," Nia said. "It's wrong." "Then don't," Naima whispered. "Let me marry him. Let me be you." Nia's mouth dropped open. "You're joking." "I'll take your name. I'll go live with him in the chief's village, and you can stay here. No one will know." "This is madness," Nia said. "You can't live your whole life as me." But Naima's eyes were already shining. She had made up her mind. For days, Naima begged. She promised Nia that she would send money every month. She would tell Louis she wanted to keep ties with her cousin in Ndeme so she could visit. No one would know. It would be their biggest and final switch. Nia was torn. She didn't want the life Naima was chasing. She didn't want to live in a chief's palace or be married to a man under false names. But she also did not want to cause a scandal. She worried that if she told Louis the truth, it would destroy their family's name. Eventually, Nia agreed. They switched places one last time. Naima, pretending to be Nia, married Louis. The wedding was grand. Drummers played all day. Goats were slaughtered. Gifts exchanged hands. The real Nia sat quietly among the guests, her face hidden under a scarf, watching her sister live her life. Everyone thought she was just a shy cousin from far away. Naima moved into the chief's village. She lived in a beautiful house, wore gold necklaces, silk wrappers, and had servants attending to her every need. She played her role perfectly. She was quiet, sweet, gentle. Louis was proud to have her as a wife. But something happened. Naima liked being near too much, and she never came back. At first, she wrote letters. She said, "Give me a few more weeks. I need to win his mother over. Then, he's planning to build me a shop. I can't leave now." After that, the letters stopped. Months passed. Nia waited. She cried. She blamed herself. She stayed alone in her home, growing vegetables and healing sick children. Then, one day, a young boy came from the chief's village. He was carrying a basket of food and a note. It read, "Don't expect me to come back. I love this life. You gave it to me. Don't ruin it." Nia couldn't believe it. Her sister had abandoned her, taken her name, and refused to switch back. It became worse. People in the village started asking questions. Why was Nia still single? Didn't she get married? Who was that girl at the wedding? Rumors began spreading. One day, Louis's mother visited Ndeme unexpectedly. She came looking for the family of her new daughter-in-law, Nia. The real Nia was in the garden when she arrived. She stood up to greet her, but the woman stepped back slowly. You look like my daughter-in-law, she said. Nia swallowed hard. That night, Louis's mother confronted her with more questions. Nia tried to lie, but the mother was sharp. Eventually, the truth spilled out through tears. The mother returned home in silence. 2 days later, Louis showed up with 5 elders. He was furious, not just at Naima, but at himself for not noticing the truth. He demanded an explanation, and Naima denied everything. She said, "She's lying. She's jealous of my life. That's why she's trying to ruin it." Nia begged him to believe her. She told him everything, every switch, every lie, every letter. But by then, Naima had already convinced many people that Nia was mentally unstable, still mourning their grandmother's death. Louis didn't know what to believe, so he left, with his head spinning. Naima remained in the chief's village, still pretending, still living as Nia. Years passed. Nia moved away. She started over in a different town. She opened a small herbal clinic and became known for her healing hands. She never married. She told people she was an only child. But sometimes people from the chief's village would pass by and whisper, "That woman, she looks like the first wife of Chief Louis." Naima would smile and say, "People say I have a common face." As for Naima, her lies finally caught up with her. One day, she gave birth to a child. The baby had a unique birthmark that matched Nia's, something passed down from her mother. An old woman in the palace noticed it and began questioning everything. That's when the story unraveled. The truth came out. Chief Louis was humiliated. His trust was broken. Naima was cast out of the palace and sent back to Ndeme, alone and disgraced. She returned with a child on her back, no husband, nowhere to go. She found Nia's clinic. She stood at the gate and called her name, but Nia did not come out. A young girl came instead. "She doesn't live here anymore," the girl lied kindly. "She left long ago. Maybe she'll come back." Naima waited for hours, but Nia never came. Because sometimes, when you take what was never meant to be yours, you will lose the one person who loved you the most. The end. Thank you so much for listening to the story. If you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to African Night Stories.